Today's episode of the Cedric A. Phillips broadcast is brought to you by Kevin Owens, who really just can never be a face, unfortunately. Patrick, are you a fan of Kevin Owens?
I like his work.
Yeah?
I think he's a little overrated on the microphone,
Okay.
but I enjoy watching his matches.
Do you like that he's overweight and unkempt?
I like that as part of the range for sure.
Good.
Yeah.
I think that's a good character to have.
I don't like the notion that you have to have these like cookie cutter looking wrestlers with the same body and same. It's good to have a few outliers in different directions.
So not like Roman Reigns, basically.
I don't like the extent to which people who look like Roman Reigns are propped up, but I don't mind. You know, Roman Reigns has got a good look too.
He's got some great hair.
He does.
Is what I would say. Kevin Owens is one of the many things that Joe and I talked about on the podcast. At some point, we're going to have you on a wrestling podcast.
Would love to.
We would love to just have your unfiltered, uneducated takes on what's going on.
Yeah, it will be nothing but hot takes.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. We'll have to work you into an
Low
episode.
information.
Oh, yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, because that's most people.
Right, yeah.
So that's perfect.
Yeah.
Joe and I talked about Owens' heel turn. A bunch of stuff, really. AJ Styles and if he's going to turn heel against Seth Rollins and who knows what. Recorded this a handful of days ago. Didn't get around to recording this intro. I'm actually recording this in between rounds of SCG Richmond as Patrick and I are about to go back on air. So hopefully you do enjoy the wrestling podcast between Joe and I. Before we get there, we of course have to start with our good friends over at Julevera, Julevera. They have the music for the pod. We will let you enjoy an intro track, and then Joe and I will talk about wrestling. Oh, and a lot of food talk this week, starting right now. All right, everybody, welcome to a very rushed but necessary episode of the Cedric A. Phillips podcast. I'm your host, Cedric Phillips, at Cedric A. Phillips on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, and other social media platforms. And I am joined by a member of the Firefly Funhouse. Is that it, Mr. Baggs?
You can call me Mercy the Buzzard.
Mercy the Buzzard. How are you, buddy? We haven't talked for a little while.
Dude, can we just both agree on one thing and one thing first of all?
Talk to me.
Conference calls are bullshit.
They're lengthy. They're not great.
I had a 6-hour conference call last week.
Okay, well, was there a break?
No. Like, look, I have to go to the bathroom. I have to eat. I can't just be on conference call for 7 hours. Get out of here.
I just got done with a 3-hour conference call. You know what? Got a lot of work done in that call, but that's long. And I just got home and I just ate because I was so hungry. And I'm already thinking of what I'm going to eat again later tonight, which is probably a problem.
A little dashing, a little, only smoke and mirrors.
A little Dash, a little Dawson? What do you think?
Dashing Cedric Phillips?
Now, here's you know what? I didn't even think about this. I have a Dash story.
Oh, all right.
I have a Dash story. So last week, you know, I got a lot of different food in my area, but I'm not really into very much of it. Like, I don't even really like the Cheesecake Factory. It's just like
no one
there.
likes the Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah, it's just there, right? So last Monday, I just remembered out of nowhere, I'm like, oh yeah, there's a Din Tai Fung like 5 blocks from me.
I don't know what that is.
Din Tai Fung? Dim Sum?
We have dim sum in Cleveland, but it's not called Din Tai Fun.
Okay, like it's a chain.
That's a chain. Okay.
Yeah, it's a chain. Okay, I didn't know they didn't have them in Seatown. It's an expensive chain, like sauteed. You can Google it. I hear you typing. Like sauteed green beans are $12.
Oh, okay.
They're like cooked in a lot of garlic and butter, and they're really fucking good. But they're like $12.
Yeah, I do love that. I love that dish normally, but
and then they got like the fucking the dumplings that are filled with soup dumplings.
Yes.
And what else they got? They got other dumplings and like you can look at their menu. Like it's probably just traditional dim sum, but like it's really good, right? But it's expensive. So I was streaming and I decided I was going to dash it up. Little revival. Say yeah.
Yeah.
And I get the string beans and I get vegetarian dumplings, which are really good.
Okay.
And dash total comes out to with tip about $31.
Okay.
Now that's not a lot of food, I'll have you know.
For 2 things. No, that's a lot for those 2 things.
That's 10 vegetarian dumplings and green beans, bro.
Yeah, that's $31.
Okay.
Holy
so then
shit.
Wednesday,
Okay,
that?
hold on. Breaking news from SmackDown.
Oh yeah, by the way, folks, we're watching. Well, Joe's watching SmackDown. I don't have it on, so he's just going to be jumping in with breaking news.
So first of all, I'm missing the Iconics on commentary, so I'm going to have to go back and watch that.
I apologize in advance. I'm sorry.
Kairi Sane and Asuka are fighting. I do not know who these people are. They're
Local
fighting
jobbers?
They're fighting local jobbers, which makes no sense. I don't know who this is. I don't think it's anyone I've ever seen from the Mae Young. I'm very confused because normally face teams don't fight against local jobbers.
Yeah, normally it's heel teams, right?
Yeah, like normally they're normally squashes, right?
Yeah.
This is a really like we don't have anybody. We couldn't dust off like I don't know somebody out of mothballs for these guys to beat. I mean, what are Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville really doing?
Come on, we can't continue to bury them, can we?
What's Liv Morgan up to? She's on SmackDown now.
I know she got moved, so I guess the Riot Squad's just done. Is that what that is?
We're just Jardun, though, yes.
That's all done there? Okay.
Yeah, she should just team with Carmella and just fulfill her destiny.
Of course they're going to team together.
The
Staten Island ladies.
Yeah, the Jersey girls or whatever they want to call them.
Yeah, that'll be easy to do.
This one jobber looks like Poison Ivy from, like, Batman.
You sure that's not just old version of Peyton Royce?
I'm positive it's not.
Okay. When she used to do that gimmick for whatever reason?
Was gas.
Yeah, well, everything Peyton does is great.
Yeah, even the blonde hair, I like it.
Oh, wow, look at you. You're not much of a blonde fan.
I don't like blondes, no, at all. But Peyton Royce
It's good to generalize people. You just don't like blondes, period.
No, we're purely talking from a looks perspective.
I know. All blondes. Nope. Not interested. To finish my dash.
Kairi and Asuka are just administering the most insane double team moves. It's gas.
I hope so. I mean, it shouldn't be a close match.
I mean, they're just good moves. Anyway,
I almost dashed again on Wednesday.
Okay.
I was gonna add like shrimp fried rice.
Okay.
And you ever had that moment where like you put everything in your cart and then you look at the price and you just go,
yeah, many times.
And you just go,
you actually just back out of the order completely.
Yeah, you're just like, I just can't do it.
I can't click like $43 or whatever
it was 52
for just my dinner. Like I can't do it.
52 for veggie dumps, string beans, and fried rice, and I just went. It's from God. There's a clip from a movie. It's Training Day. Where Denzel Washington. I'm gonna have Troy play it.
Hit me. You can't do it.
Just hit me, Jake. You can't do it. Because I just couldn't click it. And then I ended up going to Chipotle and it was $9.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I've done that with the dash. Like I did it today. So
what'd you dash up? Oh, right.
We're not going to talk about that.
A little melt there for you, bud.
Just an absolutely horrendous, greasy piece of garbage sandwich.
Can I get you some grease bread?
My wife demanded it basically, and she now is gone, so I can just talk trash about melt. Smart. It was horrible.
Of course.
Nothing good about it. The only thing that was even reasonably tasty in the whole meal was, you guessed it, the ranch dressing.
Well, I bet they make a mean ranch there.
It's the fattest place on earth, so yeah, they do.
We're going to kick it off with a little food talk today. That's my first episode. That's my first portion of the food talk.
I mean, food talk is our most popular segment. So, as done by my market research, that's by far the thing people like the most.
That's perfect, because that's the thing we like doing the most.
Yeah, that's true.
And then we will shift the food talk to how Bags feels about X. I'm just going to ask how Bags feels about X things, and then he's going to tell us, and he doesn't even know what X things are going to be.
And good news, I have a YouTube channel of the week to share with everyone at the end of the episode.
This is going to be a nice hour, probably hour and 15 minutes. Let's kick off a little food talk here. I think I brought this up once before. Maybe it was a personal conversation we had. I don't remember. Yesterday, being fat is tough sometimes. It's tough because, like, I'm trying not to be fat, but, like, food is really good. And so sometimes I just lose the battle. So most days when I'm at work, when I head into work at 9 o'clock, my goal is to get a salad for lunch.
Okay.
I not had a salad for lunch for about a month.
Yeah, that's a tough goal. I mean, can we just, I know you said before that you like salad. Salad's terrible.
I do.
Okay. Lettuce is shit. That's actually the main problem with salad is that lettuce is shit. The rest of the stuff in salad, like all the cut up veggies and stuff, I like all that stuff. Lettuce is just a waste of everything that there is, and I have to douse it in dressing for me to even find it palatable. So that ruins the whole point of eating a salad. So like, it's better for me just to eat like cut up vegetables with some hummus or something like that than for me to ever eat a salad, because God, do I find all those like leafy greens gross, except for I kind of like spinach actually, but the rest, ugh.
So I actually like all the I like spinach. I don't really like kale, but I like spinach.
Right. Don't let anyone fool you. No one likes kale.
Yeah. I like spinach. I like arugula. Romaine's fine. Iceberg blows. But like, there's a salad place across from my office called Evergreens that's really good.
P.S. That's how you know you're in Seattle and I'm in Cleveland. Salad place.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah, there's a salad chain called Evergreens. It's basically Chipotle for salads. And it's always good every time I go, but I haven't gone for a month. And the latest miss as of yesterday was I got in my car. I was going to run an errand.
I already know where this is going, so.
Where do you think I went?
Wendy's.
No, Wendy's would have been fine.
Oh, no.
Wendy's would have been okay.
Meet me at DQ?
I don't ever go to DQ. I went to Little Caesars hot and ready.
Dude, did we talk about Little Caesars before?
We talked about it once. I don't remember if it was on the pod or not, but I got a Little Caesars lunch special. They give you like this little deep dish pan pizza.
Yeah, it's like $4. You get
and you get a drink.
Right, you get in for $4. You can get. I think we did talk about it because you can get the large pizza straight up for $6. Just crush. Yeah, like we have a couple of those places. Cleveland, instead of having salad chains, we have several places where you can just walk in the door, be handed a large pizza for $6, and then leave. Yeah. So that is very commonplace here.
I don't know. My brain is just so fucked up right now because it's just like every time it's time for lunch, I think of the worst thing to eat. And I just drove to Little Caesars, which it's good, but like I don't ever eat pizza. I just got a little hot and ready with a bottle of water and I didn't even wait to get back to my office. I smashed it in the car.
Yes.
I crushed it in the car parking lot in front of the Little Caesars while listening to a podcast.
Oh, I've done that. I have done that, folks.
And it was good. And so here's the fun part. I got home later that night yesterday. And I was like, you know what? I wonder how many calories that was.
No, don't look at that.
So I looked it up. And 350 came up.
Oh, so you're like, oh, I did pretty good. I did pretty good per piece.
It's per slice.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was a quiet 12 hundo or whatever.
That's 1,400 calories.
Yeah, 14 hundo
for lunch. So I had a light dinner.
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
But you can't work that 1,400 calories off.
No, you can't.
So that's the last time I'm having Little Caesars for lunch for a long time.
Until the next time.
Yeah, until the next time. There will be a moment of weakness on a weekend where my brain just goes hot and ready. It's like, have you seen the show, the Nick Kroll show on Netflix, Big Something?
Oh, Big Mouth, yes.
Where it's like the little devil.
That show's great.
The little devil guy is what happens when it's time for me to eat lunch. Where it just goes hot and ready, chicken teriyaki, Baconator from Wendy's. And it's like, I just want a salad. No, you don't. All right. And I just can't control it.
Can I just tell you what I think the two worst fast food places are?
Ooh, and this is going to be a heated debate.
Yeah, let me tell you. One of them I used to think was good, and it is.
If you say Wendy's is bad, I'm going to beat you up.
Wendy's is good. Right. There's two truly horrible ones. One is very expected, Burger King.
It's
horrible. Nothing redeeming. Like, the Whopper is at least edible. Nothing else on the menu is even edible. Quite disturbing.
They have no good items.
And yet everything is like quad fried, but none of it's too good. That's hard to do. Their fries are flat out disgusting.
Their onion rings are bad. Their onion ring sauce I used to think was good.
Nope.
But I was just young and fat.
Yeah. And speaking of young and fat, my other choice, which is going to be maybe a little controversial, but let me just tell you, Steak and Shake, you suck.
No. So I've had this conversation with Jerry. Steak and Shake, I think, was good when we were young.
Was it, though?
And do you remember Steak and Shake used to be expensive?
Yeah.
Now it costs nothing.
And I used to crush at Steak and Shake.
Same.
I used to get the Frisco melt
Same.
with double fries with cheese and a chili 5-way.
Yep. We have very similar orders. And a milkshake, obviously.
And let me tell you, I had Steak and Shake maybe a little while, like not too long ago, maybe a couple months ago. It was horrible.
Yeah, it's not good. The food quality has gone down, I think. It can't be the same stuff.
It's so greasy. It's outrageously greasy. And like none of the food tasted good. It was all like very bland. Not just awful. Awful food.
One person who I was with when I was having this conversation with Jerry, their theory was that actually no, it was on Twitter because I think I posted about this, and BDM, Brian David Marshall, was just like, or maybe like your taste buds have just changed.
Which I'm sure they have some.
But like I still like Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yep.
And I still like some of the horrible shit I used to eat when I was young. Steak and Shake, it's bad, man.
It is horrible. Yes, it is horrible. I was thinking about this as a good topic to discuss at one point. What do you think the worst French fries are? It's Burger King, right?
Oof. All right, I'm thinking right now. Wendy's fries are whatever.
They're not good. They're actually not good. That's but you know what? They're good with like you can put them in the chili or you can like put them on the burger and they're fine.
McDonald's fries are very overrated, but they're fine.
But they're actually still fine, yeah. Like they were way better when we were kids because they used a totally different process. But even as an adult, like they're okay.
Yeah, they're okay. I'm not very passionate about fries. I'm thinking right now, like, so I'm thinking
what's a good fry? I think Rally's has a good fry.
Rally's is a good fry, and like Rally/Checkers.
Yeah.
Because like Checkers some other places.
Another nut-low fry is In-N-Out.
Those fries are terrible.
Yeah, just awful.
They're horrible. Shake Shack has good fries. Chick-fil-A has elite fries.
I think Shake Shack's fries are also elite, actually. Partially because they hold up even better than Chick-fil-A's, where like if they get a little cold, they're still good. Whereas, the crinkle cut for game.
The answer to this question is easy.
What?
Steak and Shake.
Oh yeah, that's why I brought this up to begin with. Steak and Shake's fries are horrible.
All right, do anyone's fries get colder faster?
And also, like, are anyone's fries bad both if they're undercooked or overcooked? Steak and Shake's fries have to be perfect or they're terrible.
And you have to eat them immediately.
Because if they're overcooked, then you can barely chew them because they're so like crunchy and tiny. And then if they're undercooked, they get soggy and cold and gross really fast.
It's a tough day for Steak and Shake. They're very bad.
Yeah,
they really are. It's all bad.
I'm awarding Steak and Shake the Never Again award.
Yeah, I mean, I was really going to bash on Jack in the Box because the only time I had it, I threw up.
We don't have that here, so I've never had it.
Oh, it's bad. I had it the first time in 2005, I think, when I went to Hawaii. I saw Jack in the Box and remembered seeing the commercials, and I was like, dude, not good.
You know what I think of when I think of Jack in the Box, and I'm not joking? When I was like maybe 15 or so, I remember watching an episode of Dateline NBC, and they talked about how Jack in the Box had E. coli. So now every time I think of Jack in the Box, I just assume that like you're going to get sick.
That's totally reasonable. They make too much shit. They're one of those restaurants. They have everything.
They're the cookout.
But what I would say is, as far as restaurants for fast food, the one that tricked me the most all time is Sonic.
Yeah. Sonic's also really bad, by the way.
Because they have these awesome commercials.
And to be honest with you, their drink selection is elite.
Well, they got some great limeades.
They got a bunch of limeades. They got shakes. They have a bunch of good drinks, but not a single bit of their food is edible.
That is correct.
Corn dog might be edible. Everything else, no.
Transitioning away from horrible food, I actually have found some food. I have a new addiction for food.
All right, what is it? Is it sugar snap peas?
It is not, though I do like sugar snap peas. My new addiction, I've always been looking for something to snack on. I used to go towards almonds or walnuts, but one day at work, someone brought in popcorn.
Oh, popcorn's gas, dude. Remember, I believe on the podcast like a year and a half ago, I was on a huge popcorn kick.
And I went to the store, and I found a brand of popcorn. Mm-hmm. That's name is escaping me. And I actually have 2 bags in the garbage in my kitchen. It's very healthy.
Yeah. Smart Pop or something like that.
No, it's got a creative name. Healthy. I'm gonna Google healthy popcorn.
It's called Healthy Pop. Duh.
Let's see. Yeah. Boom Chicka Pop.
Oh yeah. That's good.
Boom Chicka Pop. My first bag that I bought, I bought one with butter and then one with sea salt.
They sell that at Costco in like these giant bags. It's really good.
I'll tell you what, you don't need the butter one is fine, but just the one with sea salt, no butter.
Yeah, it's better.
It's really good. And it's only 35 calories a cup.
And you can crush that stuff.
So I've been crushing Boom Chicka Pop sea salt popcorn. They could sponsor the podcast.
There is one worry when it comes to eating that much popcorn, though.
What's that?
Hard on the old digestive system.
Yeah, and you know what? It gets stuck in your teeth, too.
Shane McMahon just called out the B team.
What?
Yeah, so we're on SmackDown here, and Roman Reigns was in the ring, and now we've got the B team coming out.
That's still a thing?
Apparently they're friends with Shane, and they're heels. Okay, let's just transition into wrestling, because I got to talk about this. This is the very first thing I want to talk about.
All right, I got a funny story for the end, then. Go ahead.
Can anyone explain to me why, when people switch brands, they just revert gimmicks?
Oh, so like Jinder going back to himself? And
yeah, Jinder's just back to Reg. Shanti, we're done with that.
Yeah, he's just angry now.
Back to angry Jinder again. Yep. Cesaro, switch brands, back to old Cesaro. The club, same thing. They switch brands, they're heels again.
Yeah. They're no longer the good brothers.
No, now they're the bad brothers.
Yep.
Like, B team switches brands, they're back to being heels on SmackDown, which is what they were when they were with The Miz.
It's true. It's true.
What is this?
You're not supposed to notice that. That just is a thing that happens.
So, yeah. I don't really know what to say about that, but I don't need Shane McMahon on both TV shows every week. I can tell you.
It's a lot of Shane. I'll tell you what. I don't know if you watched Raw yesterday.
I saw him choke out the Miz with some of the worst MMA I've ever seen.
And he did it for an excessively long amount of time.
Yeah, he did.
I'm talking like 2 minutes. And I don't know if you saw the camera shot where the Miz cut to him or the Miz was talking to him. And it's like, yo, are we all set then? Or
also, can we discuss the fact how badly Shane McMahon either needs to shave his head or get hair plugs?
Yeah, he's not going to do either.
Because his hair is worse than Vince's was at the same age, which is saying something. Okay, so it looks like Roman Reigns is about to fight the B team with Elias as the referee. This is the worst. I thought the Boar Horsemen were bad. This as a heel crew is wow.
Elias and the B team, huh?
Mm-hmm. And Shane.
Well, get the B team in some. You got to get them in some band 3MB type stuff as the backup singers.
Yep.
And you might be able to save this.
Yeah, that's possible. And then we cut right to a commercial for fucking Chrisley.
Your favorite.
Let me tell you something. Whatever's going on with USA Network, where they just decided that if you're fat, ugly, and white and old, you can have a terrible reality show, that it needs to stop.
Well, that's not bad.
Because now there's this other show that I keep seeing commercials for called the Rad Keys. And it's literally just like this fat lady just like putting makeup on wrong and stuff. It is horrible.
That sounds the Rad Keys?
The Rad Keys, like Brad Radke from the Minnesota Twins. Brad totally Radke.
Yeah. Oh, that Rad Key?
Yes.
Rad Keys. I'm gonna Google that. Let's take a look. Rad Keys. There it is. The Rad Keys.
Wait till you see this lady.
Wait till you see my Rad Keys.
It looks like a grown-up version of what was it? Honey Boo Boo.
Yeah. It's gonna be a no from me.
It's gonna be a no from everyone. Why do they think that's okay?
Rad Keys. You know what we need? More reality television shows.
Especially ones about fat, white, stupid, old people.
This is only okay because you if I was saying this would be racist.
Like, but at least when it's Temptation Island, there's a reason to watch that.
Temptation Island is a terrible show, but it's really funny.
I liked it a lot, yeah.
I think it's really funny. All right, you ready for me to ask you how you feel about things?
Yeah, and I'll respond with my own questions to you.
Okay, that's totally fine. Let's start right at the top. I think everyone's favorite moment from our last podcast. They are now the Viking Raiders.
There was a brief moment where they may have changed names again for a second, and then they're like, wait, we're not changing the names again.
They are still Eric and Ivar. And they are now the Viking Raiders. They're no longer the Viking Experience. So that's the name of their finisher.
But that is the name of their finisher, yes.
Mm-hmm. Which leads me to believe that they're not going to be using Fallout anymore. I can't tell. Just this whole bugaboo. Your thoughts?
Oh, man. Also, I don't know what they chant when they come out now.
No, they don't chant war.
It's not war. It's just like miscellaneous, like, it's really bad. Like, I don't know. I found it hard to believe. Like, this seemed like a thing you can't screw up. But here we are, screwing it up. And also, they did get beat up by the Lucha House Party during Raw yesterday.
Briefly.
I don't care. They shouldn't be selling for the Lucha House Party.
The Lucha House Party took a pretty good beating after, man.
Yeah, but they did hit their dives and got to do their Lucha pose.
Yeah, the Lucha House Party is horrible for what it's worth. I'm trying to figure out why they felt the change was necessary.
Also, what is going on Raw's tag division? It's like upside down is the best way I can describe it, where the worst team is the champions, and then the next worst team is like fighting the champions, and then the good teams are like somehow not involved in the championship picture at all.
Yeah, the Usos and the Vikings. Oh, I can't even say it. God, the what is it?
War Vikings? No, the Viking Raiders.
The Viking Raiders. Thank you.
And then also the Revival, basically.
Yeah, they fought.
Oh man, that reminds me. That's another team that changed their gimmick back to their old gimmick as soon as they went to Raw. The Usos. They were acting like the world's worst R-Truth.
Yeah, what was that?
And then like they messed up the timing. The Usos didn't mess it up. WWE was like, they're going to show us something, and it's like, well, no, that's after the match. So then the Usos just had to awkwardly continue to do their like say Us or whatever they were doing.
Yeah, they started doing they were singing like down since day one ish. I guess they just do that with the crowd now, so they're like mega faces.
Yeah, and also like they weren't wearing like their streetwear anymore. Like they were wearing like their puffy pants and stuff. How long before the face paint and the haka comes back?
Did you know? Because I found this out yesterday through some Google searches and some YouTubing that Gallows and Anderson, their debut, they attacked the Usos.
Yeah, I did know that.
And now they're like facing them as just complete jobbers.
Yeah.
And they just lost.
When they came out on Raw, I'm like, they're still employed?
Yeah, because for a little while longer.
I thought for sure like they were done now, but somehow they're not. Another tangent. Did you see what the Revival turned down?
If that's a real thing.
That would be hilarious if those two guys are turning down $500,000 contracts.
Yeah, so like the contract was 5 years, $500,000, I think, which means $100K a year, or was it $500K a year?
I thought it was $500K a year.
Okay, because that's what I thought, but I also was just like, it can't be. I mean, it can't be because like we're talking about the Revival here. I mean, I like the Revival a lot, but like, and I would pay them $100K a year to do their job. I wouldn't pay them $500K a year. They don't even move fucking merchandise.
Does anyone want to discuss the fact that Roman Reigns is currently selling for Bo Dallas? Who is basically indistinguishable from Rhino from behind? Curtis John Hunka Axel is in there doing his stuff.
Do we have anything else on the Viking War experience?
What else is there to say other than they should be embarrassed, and I think they actually are kind of embarrassed, but Vince is just too prideful. They'll never like fix it.
I think my favorite thing is just seeing how they're going to address this on NXT.
Yeah, shouldn't like if you were going to do this, which they must have just decided like on a random Monday they were calling them up, shouldn't they have dropped the belts to the Street Profits? Which, by the way, I'm very in on Montez Ford.
He's very good.
He's very, very good. I'm still very, very out on the curse. I mean,
I think Dawkins blows, but like, you know, in a tag team, one of the guys can be bad and one can be good. And
Ford is so good that he can make the act. And it's not that Dawkins isn't funny, because he is a little funny, but he's really bad in the ring.
Yeah, I think he just kind of sucks, honestly.
Also, this is gonna be a week full of like kind of hottish takes about people that I think suck now.
Okay.
Can we just be honest? Elias is horrible.
At what?
Wrestling. He's awesome at entertaining, but he is horrible at wrestling. He's not even average. He's bad. And I'm about to pay someone a compliment that I never pay a compliment to.
Okay.
And the person is Baron Corbin. And what I'm gonna and here's
hold
what
on. I need a little at BC music. Hit it up.
So here's what I'll say. Right now, dude's drawing the amount of heat that he's drawing, even though I do think it's mostly go away heat, I still think he's drawing a ton of heat, right?
Yep.
If he could wrestle a lick beyond his two big moves, they could really.
He's got 3 moves.
The sliding clothesline does not count.
I like the sliding clothesline.
It's borderline wacky line.
Yeah, but like if he was a face, I would hate it, but I like it because he's a heel.
I don't like it because he just does it randomly sometimes now. Like,
right, what about the choke slam backbreaker?
I never really liked that move.
All right, fine.
It always struck me, and not just when he does it, when anybody does it. It always just struck me as like way better just to do a choke slam. I think more people should be doing choke slams, but that's just me.
Yeah, when's Braun going to start using the choke slam?
Like, choke slam is such a good move, and it's very safe, and it looks good every time. Instead, we've got these guys doing moves that like the Irish curse backbreaker that could legitimately hurt you pretty bad, and it's just like, why not just don't do that?
Shame-o.
Yeah, Shame-o. Shame-o. That was so long ago.
That was seriously like 3 years ago, dude.
Yeah, maybe longer.
Yep.
All right, I got one to come back at you with.
All right, hit me.
Can we talk a little bit about Aleister Black, the Beat Poet?
Okay, we can, and we will. These vignettes are horrible. They're terrible.
There was one tonight that while I was waiting for you to record, that was so bad that like I felt embarrassment sitting on my couch wearing a t-shirt and sweatpants. I felt embarrassment for a man who is married to Zelina Vega, looks like Aleister Black does, living his dream. I felt embarrassed for him.
Poetry, huh? Is this the next Heidenreich?
Oh boy, you're on fire with the transitions, by the way, because I got to talk about that too.
About what? Heidenreich?
Heiden Lars Sitzkoff.
I don't even know what you just said.
Heiden Lars Snitzkoff.
Dude, don't make fun of Lars. He's on Smackdown, right?
Lars fucking sucks.
No, I can't have it. I won't.
Dude.
Not on my show.
If you're excited about Lars, then you must have been real stoked about Heidenreich, Snitsky, or Kozlov, because they're all the fucking same. There is no difference between any of those. Tyson Rex, too, you can throw him in the mix.
The freak accident, dude. Who had the best tights of the bunch? I'm going to go with Lars.
I mean, Lars does have the electrical type tights.
We're in Lars Sullivan territory. I hope they make shirts of that and they don't sell even a little.
Yeah, not one sells. Like, Lars himself doesn't buy one.
Aleister Black, as far as his thing, look, this is just another example of just why are we making this so difficult when we totally don't need to.
Who thought that giving the guy whose English is not his first language this much vignette promo time in Bray Wyatt's smoky room while he wears like a black turtleneck? What are we doing?
And I would, if I had to bet, because he hasn't been on since he started doing this, right?
Mm-hmm.
How much do you want to bet that for his matches there are mood lighting?
Oh, God. The Sin Cara lighting?
Like Sin Cara lighting.
Oh, no. I hope not.
You want to place your bets there at home?
That one's at least on it's on the table for sure.
I bet he's getting paid a lot, and I hope that he is, but it's not going to be good.
No, and his random tag team partner Ricochet, for some insane reason, last week he just jobbed to Bobby Roode. I'm sorry, Robert Roode.
Yep. So that's one of the ones I got written down here. So we're just going to go right into the stash. I am so happy.
It's a magnificent mustache, but I think it's damaged goods here.
I don't.
I do.
He needs to be we've been bitching for 2 years how he needs to be a heel. He finally is with the dirt stash and the music and everything. And I think the music actually plays well with the dirt stash.
I think the music
this is great.
No. I think Gloria's had a great run, but now it's time to move to something else that doesn't, like, the crowd won't be interested in at all.
Now, I'm so on board with this. I've been wanting this for so long, and I think this is salvageable. I think he's good enough to salvage this. And I think the win over Ricochet, which was basically clean, is very telling, even though he wasn't on Raw yesterday.
Yeah, that made no sense. And I also would like to say, is Chad Gable just going to never get a chance to shine?
I don't think so.
He showed up on SmackDown last week, back in his old gimmick, of course.
Yeah.
By the way.
Yeah, reverse it. Old music, all of it.
Old music, no more bathrobe, just straight up, back to back to the old Chad Gable. I'm surprised he didn't come out with Shelton Benjamin to the Biombo music.
Yeah.
But like, it was amazing because he came out and then like, I think he got beat up by Jinder maybe?
No, so it was...
Oh, he got Lars.
He got Lars. It was going to be him versus Jinder, and then he got Lars, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then so did the Singh Bros, who of course made that segment, a lot of fun.
I'll tell you right now what's going to happen to our friend Chad Gable. It's easy, man. 205 Live.
Yeah, you're probably right.
That's where he's fucking headed.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Like, okay, I know that this has been brought up by multiple writers online, but I think it's worth mentioning. If you're going to do a superstar shakeup, can't we shake some people back to NXT?
Yes, but I don't know why they don't ever do that.
Because, like, to me, like, there's a million guys that they could shake back to NXT, and it would be super beneficial for those guys to get on TV and, like, rebuild themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And instead, like, they're just going to, like, languish and not, like, hell, I mean, not that I actually think you're right about the Bobby Roode thing, but, like, there are guys like that, right? That they could just move back to NXT, and Chad Gable's another one. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Are the B team about to win?
Beat Roman? Stop.
No, for some reason, Elias just counted that normally instead of a fast count.
It's because he's fair.
By the way, this match is still going. I did want to make a mention of that. And Roman has been selling a lot. He just got perfect flexed.
Roman is here to shake up Tuesday nights. This is his yard.
Is it?
Am I wrong? Roman just not a draw? Like even a little?
Nah, he's not.
Okay.
He's not. He doesn't really sell merch. I mean, like, it's not good. They don't have a lot of draws right now. To me, the only like big draws they have on the main roster are Seth Rollins. I do think draws. He's definitely really over, way more over than anybody on SmackDown. Other draws, I guess, like, I mean, AJ's a little bit.
I still think AJ draws.
He draws some, yeah. I don't know. There's not much else.
Well, there was someone who I think could have been a major draw.
Oh, yeah?
Kevin Owens.
Yeah, that, what? Please.
I'm so mad.
I am too, because was it that hard to just let him be a face for a little while?
So I know why they did this, but I'm mad about it.
Do you think they did it because Daniel Bryan's hurt?
Yep.
Yeah, me too.
Yep.
And they needed they need a challenger for Money in the Bank or whatever.
They need someone to feud with Kofi for a couple of months probably.
Yep.
And obviously Kevin is totally fine to slot in this spot and him being a heel, but like I was loving the stuff he was doing with the New Day and being a face.
Me too.
Because like I'd never seen him as face before, and I was like, actually, this is just like kind of ridiculous and fun. And like now the stunner is just gone. By the way,
oh yeah, of course.
I can't imagine him using that again because it's such a face move, and so he's going to be doing the pop-up powerbomb again and everything. And now, like, I really wanted to see where the face run was going to go. And the thing that makes me a little bit upset is like it's very safe for them to just go, okay, Kevin, like, can you just do this for a couple months? And it's like, yeah, totally. And it'll be at the top of the card and feuding with Kofi in the New Day, sure. I would have rather just given it to someone who like doesn't have the opportunity.
Couldn't Elias have done it? I mean,
you know who I wanted it to be, even though I don't think they're on this show now, I think, yeah. Why not just Andrade?
Yeah, that would be fine. Or like if you really wanted to, like, there's tons of people on this show that you could have fight Kofi that don't have to be turning Kevin Owens back heel. I mean, I'll be honest with you, the person that I would probably have done it with if they really just wanted to have somebody like the placeholder feud after WrestleMania is Randy Orton.
Yeah, that's fine.
They have history. Why not just like let that be, like, play into that history?
Yeah. I mean, you could do a lot of different things with it. Like, honestly, I know this is stretching a little bit, but like if you randomly just wanted to reheat Jinder for like a month.
I actually thought that. I almost said that at the beginning of this conversation.
Because like I think it's really important to have, like, because it's the New Day and because it's multiple people, the person shooting with them also should be multiple people. So it's like, Jinder and his cronies, or Andrade and Zelina Vega, because like the Zelina Vega versus Xavier promos would probably be a lot of fun.
Especially with Big E hurt, you don't have to have 3. You can get away with 2.
Yeah, but like if you do it with Jinder, it's like, oh, it's 3-on-2 the other way.
Normally the New Day has the numbers. People. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And instead it's like, okay, this Kevin Owens fun face turn, done. And also it's just like, when are we going to get to turn him face again? Like 2 years from now again?
Right. And like also, to me, there's just like not very many super over baby faces in the company. There's just Seth Rollins, I feel, is really over. Kofi's pretty over.
I think he's super over right now.
You know who this is another hot take, by the way, and this is me coming back at you with something.
Hit me.
I'm gonna say something that's gonna be this will be wildly unpopular.
Oh boy, I can't wait.
I think Becky Lynch is really overrated.
Bro, I've been saying that for a while.
I think she's really overrated. I think she's by far the worst worker of the 4 horsewomen by like a significant margin. Now I know that like a lot of people that listen to this podcast, including good friend Bob, he thinks Bayley is like equal in work rate to like the Iconics, which is completely crazy to me. To me, I feel like Becky's ring work is very repetitive. And she also has taken on this Seth Rollins thing where she has this phantom knee injury that may last forever, that she just decides to randomly sell in every match now. So, and also they're giving her too much time on TV. So she's just cutting the same promo over and over again. And it's like, now the show is just like way too built around her.
Well. Welcome to the fucking club, bro.
It's just
I'm glad you're finally here.
I mean, I've never been when Becky Lynch was being talked about as being super underappreciated, I never really felt that way. I've always felt that she was properly, like, she was in a proper place on the card. She did get absolutely red hot at the end of last season, and they absolutely were correct to push her to the top. But without Ronda to play off of, it's a pretty big drop off from Ronda to Lacey Evans.
Yeah, I mean, this is Becky's whole like trying to get somebody over now phase.
Yeah.
With the 2 belts, and it's like Lacey Evans has no shot at winning.
And she's not getting over unless she wins a belt from Becky, which I can't. Yep. That would be ridiculous to do that.
I agree. I've always felt that Becky's work is just okay.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been a big fan. I think her finishing move sucks.
A lot of her fired up offense is not my favorite.
Nope, I don't care for like the Bexploder and a lot of these other moves, so I've just never really been into it. I think her promos are fun once she like found this character. I think that stuff's been really good.
But it's too much now.
And also, like, much like you, like, I totally get why they did what they did with her, like the full push. I would have done it too.
Yeah.
But I'm also just already kind of bored.
Me too. And last week, I thought Bayley cut her probably best promo that she's ever cut when she was talking about why she deserved a shot. And I think Bayley jobbed again tonight on SmackDown, by the way.
Yeah, of course she did.
To Becky, clean.
Of course.
And then she got fucking shit canned after the match by Charlotte too, just for fun.
Perfect.
But I'll say this. Bayley, I think, is going to be in for a push here in the near future. And I think it's well-deserved, but I think the problem that they have on SmackDown is as long as Charlotte and Becky are both there, they haven't built anyone up close to that level. And then on Raw, there's nobody. It's a fucking wasteland of people that could realistically challenge Becky.
Oh yeah, there's nobody there.
I mean, are you gonna run Dana Brooke out there? Like, I love Dana Brooke, but come on.
You know the problem is?
Alexa Bliss? Yeah, she's the problem. You're right.
The problem is that I don't think any of the people that they have right now in the WWE, and this might be a little hyperbolic because I don't know the entire roster off the top of my head, but I don't think any of the people they have right now I just saw a picture of Robert Roode. I'm trying not to laugh because the stash is insane. They can't. So I'm thinking of like The Rock and Austin and Cena. And I think Cena's the most recent of like, they can come out to the ring and their presence is just like, I want to see what this person's going to do and or say when they come out.
Yeah, no one does that in the whole company.
And then like they do that, right? And they come out and it's just like, all right, I'm very interested in what this person's going to do or say. You have my complete attention, or this is the part of the show I'm waiting for.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they're wrestling, it's like, I'm very interested to see their match. I know their match is going to be good.
There's one person in the company that's true for, Daniel Bryan.
I was going to say it's Daniel Bryan.
He's the only person. Everybody else, like, there are people that their promos immediately make you watch. One of them is honestly is Vince McMahon. If he's in the ring, you're going to pay attention.
Yep.
And then there are people whose matches are generally really good that you'll pay attention during their matches because you know that their match is going to be good. That would be like your AJ Styles or whatever and your Seth Rollins. But nobody else is like a full package.
Like, who is your face that just goes like, yo, I'm here, and everyone's like, yeah.
I mean,
dope. Happy to see what promo you cut.
Honestly, Seth has been, I mean, they were in Iowa last week, but even this week, like, he's mega over.
He's like the closest you get, but like, he's also, I don't know if it's a prerequisite for you to be funny or if it's a prerequisite for you to just be entertaining, and there's a difference between the two.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, I was very entertained. Like, someone who also I would put in this camp was CM Punk when he was a face on that title run.
I agree. Seth Rollins doesn't have the he's a natural heel, right? So he doesn't come across as like, he's not likable. So like, he doesn't have that humanity side that like The Rock had or CM Punk had, where like, you know, like they kind of like do the wink at the audience basically to make you feel like you're part of it.
I'm doing the Roman wink at the audience right now.
Oof, that was bad.
That was tough. That was a tough spot, yeah. Like, I'm scrolling through the roster right now. I'm trying to think of who this person could be.
I'll tell you who it could be. But
seen No Way Jose's hair.
Yeah, no,
serious.
Nope.
All right, keep going. I'm sorry.
I'll tell you a person that it could be, but is literally allowed to never do anything that like resembles showing any real character, and it's Finn Balor.
Yep.
There's no excuse why this guy's not like as big of a star as you can have. I mean, not that neither one of us like his work all that much in the ring, but he certainly is like not bad. And he's a very good promo. In anything I've seen from him outside of the WWE, he's a good promo, but he's not allowed to say anything. He doesn't ever get to really cut a promo. The only promos he cuts in WWE are the ones where he's dressed as a demon, and they're super weird and kind of creepy.
You know, there are some people that could do it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, EC3 is never going to get the chance.
Please.
Also, I think EC3 is too big. Is that a weird critique?
No. I kind of see what you're saying.
But also, like, Cena was ripped too, so I'm not sure that's true. Gargano.
Yeah, hopefully he just never leaves NXT.
Yeah, I hope he never leaves NXT either. And
I mean, Velveteen Dream could do it.
Oh yeah, he's beyond charismatic, so he could definitely do it.
But like, as far as guys on the main roster go,
Braun could do it.
Yeah, the problem is that they don't give anybody, like, no one's allowed to just talk like a normal person. Everyone talks in WWE promo speak only now.
Yeah,
that's why like that's why like, again, like this is another time for me to give credit to someone I normally don't give credit to. But that's why, like, when Randy Orton was doing promos with AJ Styles before WrestleMania, it was so interesting because they talked like normal humans.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh my God, Randy Orton! As I say that, Randy Orton just came out and he has an inset promo in Bray Wyatt's smoky room.
Oh boy, good for Randy. Okay, so KO heel turn mostly just makes us sad. Yeah. What's yours? What's your next one?
My next one is, has there ever been anyone more DOA on the main roster than Cedric Alexander?
You really took this loss personal to Cesaro.
It's not even that he lost to Cesaro. It's just he got like no shine in the match. And he was just uneventfully brought onto Raw. Like, he got one vignette the week before, like, coming soon, and then just literally next week, it was the reverse of what they normally do, where you see the same vignette over and over again.
Yeah, one vignette into loss.
Yeah, it's just one vignette, show up, lose first match, not on the next week.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
That's not great, right?
It's not a great start. It's not a great start for Cedric Alexander, but I also think the ceiling on him is just very capped. I don't think that he's a major player in what they do.
How long before he's just Cedric?
No. Nope. You know what? You're going to make fun of me, but I'm going to say this. For that top of the card guy who could be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
or somewhat sympathetic, maybe. They'll never do it. But I remember it. You're going to make fun of me.
Oh, man, I can't wait for this.
Eric Young. They'll never do it.
I can't.
Dude, even though like they copied the Daniel Bryan angle,
so you're
face Eric Young at the top of the card, I actually thought was a pretty good and fun character.
He can't back it up, though. He's got the same problem Elias does.
I think Eric Young is totally fine in the ring.
Elias is totally fine in the ring, too. But, like, they're boring.
I think Eric Young is better. I will say, like, Eric Young being a face and using the pile driver as finishing move didn't make a lot of sense.
Pants
when he was
off,
in TNA.
dance off.
Yeah, what?
Remember when he used to take his pants off during the matches?
Yeah, that's actually true.
And he was partnered and he was Knockouts tag champion with ODB.
There was nothing Eric Young was above, which I actually respect.
Yeah, turkey suit.
Mm-hmm. Cedric Alexander is DOA. All right, let's get to the topic everybody wants to hear about. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Firefly Funhouse.
Yeah.
This is the weirdest thing that's going on. Unclear if it's good or bad, but you will be the decider right now.
So my first impression of it was bad, but not for the reason that most people would think it's bad because it's like cheesy and weird. I think it's bad, and I'm still feeling this way mostly. I'll put it this way: I think that the production of the backstage vignettes of the Firefly Funhouse has been really good and generally pretty funny.
Okay,
and Bray looks like $1 million right now.
He's in amazing shape,
but I have zero faith in the WWE, less than zero faith, to pull off any sort of nuanced character with Bray Wyatt. Considering they've already had 2 different chances to have him be in, I think Bray Wyatt, Rotunda Wyndham is his name, right?
It's something.
Wyndham Rotunda. Yeah, Wyndham Rotunda is his name. I think he's a fantastic performer. And I think he understands wrestling. He's really good at it. He's really good at the character aspect of it. I love the fact he is no longer talking using the same cadence as he was when he was the evil version of Bray Wyatt. I think the Firefly Funhouse stuff is funny. There's clearly like something else more interesting and dark going on. I don't trust them at all. If this ended up as Eugene, would I be surprised? No. If this ended up just with Bray Wyatt being back to Bray Wyatt again, that's what I think the most likely outcome is.
I'm just fully reverting back to his old character?
Yeah. Yep.
You know what I think happens?
Go ahead.
I also have no confidence, and I'll tell you why. Matt Hardy.
Perfect example.
Delete, huh? So no. I couldn't wait for that to end.
So just laughing.
I could not wait for that to end.
Remember they were deleters of worlds?
Unfortunately, I do. I'm not thrilled. I'm enjoying it because it's so different than what he was doing before. And I was like, this is ridiculous, but it could be fun.
And they needed a hard reset for the character. No question.
They really did. Because if they're not actually going to let him be a cult leader like he should be.
Then he's just like a kind of a fat weirdo.
Yeah, and he was getting really fat.
Yeah.
Now he's in shape. He looks good. I'm excited to see where it goes. And it's one of the few times I've actually just kind of been excited to see what's going on with Bray Wyatt in a long time.
Oh, yeah. It's been a couple years for me, for sure. So
Jeff Hardy going to undergo surgery, apparently.
Yeah, they forfeited the tag belts tonight.
All right. Did Lars Sullivan come out and give a beating, I guess?
Of course he did.
All right.
He beat up the Hardys and R-Truth.
Good. They got to get him over somehow.
It's not working.
What else you got?
All right, next one for me. Did you see Raw?
Most of it.
Did you see Bobby Lashley's horrific Rock impression?
I did. So right now, I'll just go ahead and take this.
Yeah.
Right now, apparently Leo Rush is in some hot water. He's in some hot water right now.
Isn't he
always? Like he's claiming on his social media that he's not.
Yeah,
but apparently he is.
For sure is.
So yeah, here's the thing, guys. Bob doesn't work without Leo. Bob shouldn't talk.
No, either Bob has to be silent, killer Bob, or Hype Man has to talk for Bob.
Yeah. So what I would do is I would squash whatever beef you have with Leo, or just, Leo, this is your punishment. You need to go do this so that someone can talk for Bob. Because Bob, I love Bob. I'm a big Bob guy. Bob can't talk.
No. So what I would have done, by the way, if they wanted to actually like have continuity that made sense, you could put Shane McMahon in that spot. It's actually a fine spot for Shane McMahon, because then it allows you to push Bob a lot like higher up the card without him having to have won anything, because he basically has just looked like a loser for the last 3 months.
Yes, he has.
So you could push him up the card pretty hard with kind of like in the old Big Show spot with Shane McMahon, where it was like, like that's his guy or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But the nice thing about Bob is he can back it up.
Bob gives beats.
Right.
And he can be Shane's lackey, basically.
Yeah, like Shane's, but not even so much his lackey, but like his, like the guy he wants to be the star.
Okay, sure.
Because what I refuse to accept, and I'm just tired of it, is I can't buy Shane McMahon as a threat.
Punches and bunches.
Punches, terrible MMA, like just the same 4 spots otherwise. His punches they're beyond embarrassing.
They're delegitimizing sports entertainment.
Yeah, which is hard to do.
One punch at a time, Shane.
Very hard to do.
Please no.
But yeah, I can't say very much about the whole plan with Bob Lashley trying to be like, Bobby Lashley doesn't answer these questions.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough.
It's very tough.
I mean, him talking in the third person's great, because I love when anyone talks in the third person, but
he has no charisma, man. He has no.
No, he's a charisma vacuum.
Yeah, he just can't do it. And like the other thing that was annoying about Raw, I thought Raw was terrible this week, like legitimately horrible. Was the fact that they just don't know how to time the show at all. So now, like, it's become comical that the guys in the ring will just be like, when Baron Corbin was wrestling, he had a chin lock on for so long. As soon as the chin lock ended, they went to commercial. And by the way, that's not on him. That's the way that they set that up.
Love it.
Love it. It's just so boring.
It's boring.
It's just very boring to watch, and it's just like, all right, I guess, just not going to like do anything exciting ever. Fine. And then the other thing that I wanted to make mention of is, I think Charlotte is on a level that can only be described as, is she the best women's wrestler in the division? I think the answer for that is for sure yes. But where does she rank on overall wrestlers in the company? It's got to be top 5, right?
Yeah. Yeah, dude, I'm very pro Charlotte.
Because I watched her wrestle Carmella a couple weeks ago, and the match was, I thought, kind of awesome, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And like, we've all seen Carmella like fail against Asuka to have a good match, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when all of her matches against Charlotte have been like very, very good.
You know what I wish the WWE did that they obviously aren't going to do, that I wish Charlotte could take part of? Intergender matches.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I think Charlotte, like, giving some dude a giant boot or a spear.
Could you imagine Charlotte fighting like Ali?
Yeah, I could.
And it would be
really
good, right?
It'd be really good. Yeah. Because Charlotte is a fucking beast.
Right.
And I think that would be a lot of fun. Like, I know in Impact right now, they're doing their thing with Scarlett Bordeaux.
Yeah.
I think it's really fun.
It is really fun. And she plays her character beautifully.
And I know that, like, obviously WWE is never really going to do anything like that. They had their little thing with Nia Jax getting RKO'd and stuff. And, like, I thought that was really fun. And I think it would, like, obviously Charlotte doesn't have to be China, but Charlotte's just like, yo, I'll kick your ass too.
Yeah, I'm not afraid of anybody.
Yeah, I think that would just be I think that'd be a great addition to her character. It's like, oh, Ali, dude, I'll fight you. I'll beat your ass.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Ember Moon is cutting a promo right now, and it's very distracting. It's very distracting.
I haven't seen her in a long time.
Ember Moon's cutting a promo.
That's a tough character to get over on the main roster.
Sure,
by the way.
it is. Because what is it?
Yeah.
Is she a wolf?
Yeah. What are you, a werewolf? What is that?
She just got interrupted by Carmella.
Yeah, it's not going to go great for Carmella, I don't think.
No, it's actually Carmella's so good on the mic, dude.
Yeah, I'm just saying she might get eclipsed.
That's all. I mean, she might, but this is in the back, so.
Okay. Yeah, so even better if she gets eclipsed in the back.
Yeah, that would be hard to do.
Yeah.
So let's see. SmackDown Money in the Bank women's representative so far. We only know about Bayley, but I'm thinking it's going to be Mella and Ember, and I don't know, maybe one of Mandy or Sonya.
Give it to Sonya.
Yeah, for sure.
Sonya's so good. Mandy's so medium.
I mean, at some things.
I mean, Mandy's gorgeous.
I've got some bad news. They picked Mandy. They just showed it.
Well, God's greatest creation and God's most mediocre women's wrestler.
We got Mandy. We got Alexa Bliss. This match has a train wreck potential of the highest order.
Yeah, Dana Brooks in there.
DB, Natalie, Naomi, Carmella, Ember Moon, and Bayley have a lot of work to do.
And Natalie,
yes.
They'll be carrying that match.
Natalie usually does a pretty good job in those matches. She's like the glue. Also, another thing about Raw that I wanted to complain about, because that's what this is about, me complaining about Raw.
Mm-hmm.
They had way too many talk show segments.
So they had Moment of Bliss twice. Miz TV. The thing that closed the show.
Yep. That's 4 times where like somebody just came out and said, "Please welcome my guest."
Yeah. Not great.
No, not great at all. And there was a lengthy promo in the middle too by somebody. Sami Zayn.
Yeah, he's actually on my list of things to talk about.
I was about to bring him up next too, so
I love it.
I think
he's so much fun.
I like it less than I think anybody else. Like for something that I do still like, I like it less than everybody else who I've seen reactions from online.
Okay.
Like, I feel like this character has been done and actually it's very similar to what Daniel Bryan was doing.
A little.
And Daniel Bryan's better at it. And also like, I don't see where this is even going. Like it doesn't have I don't see what the end game is.
I don't really either, but I don't need to know yet either.
I mean, I just don't like understand where they're like what the point of it is. I guess it's to just try to draw heel heat, but like it's only kind of doing that.
I mean, maybe this is his top of the card push.
Maybe.
And he gets a piece of muscle. I don't know who it would be.
I don't either. It's fine, but like it doesn't like light my world on fire like it is for some people.
Yeah, I mean, at this stage for me, it's fun. I think what he did when he was back in Montreal was fun.
That I liked.
And then, like maybe he teams up with the very frustrated Luke Harper as his piece of muscle. Who knows?
Maybe he could team with Robert Roode.
Stash.
Yeah, stash you.
Stash you. I got the KO show, a special guest Xavier Woods coming up. Okay.
Yeah, that's what made me think of the too many talk show segments.
I got 2 more for you.
All right, go ahead.
Joey Ryan might get signed by the WWE.
That is a horrible mistake from both parties.
To wrestle exclusively in NXT before becoming a coach.
Still a horrible mistake. He can't do what makes Joey Ryan fun is he's sleazy. They're not going to do that on WWE programming.
I think they won't do it on Raw or SmackDown. I think they'd be willing to do it on the network.
You think he's sticking a lollipop down his pants on the network even?
I don't think it's entirely out of play because it won't be on USA or Fox.
Fair enough. I could see that. I could see that could be possible. I think they could. Joey Ryan is a guilty pleasure of mine. In that I actually, even though like normally like penis humor doesn't make me laugh, it does when Joey Ryan does it for some reason. Maybe because he's so invested in it and he just like has bought in completely and just does it better than anybody else.
He's fully ridiculous.
Yeah, it's over the top ridiculous. So I don't know. I wouldn't mind seeing it just because I think it would be very interesting and kind of funny. But I'd be stunned if he doesn't end up in AEW.
Apparently, he's also a good wrestler.
He's fine. Yeah. Remember his Impact Wrestling days?
I did. I actually enjoyed that character in Impact Wrestling.
Like, when he lost the gut check, even though he definitely should have not lost the gut check.
Well, yes, of course.
And then he feuded with Taz, I think.
Yes, he did. It was Al Snow.
Oh yeah, you're right. It was Al Snow.
I do just like that Joey Ryan is like hairy and oily and just. I just like everything about.
For whatever reason, the oily is what makes it for me. Yeah,
it's just completely absurd to a degree that I think is everything wrestling should be.
Mm-hmm.
So, does it play in NXT? Like, I don't know.
If you would have asked me like who the 5 least likely people to get signed by WWE that are out there are, he would have been on my list.
Oh, same. I could never see him. There's not going to be a Joey Ryan Smackdown segment. That's not happening. Could there be a Joey Ryan like Velveteen Dream?
That would be awesome. Number 1 guy in any other organization that they will never sign. You got one?
I'm thinking.
I have one that I'm 100% positive they'll never sign, even though he's a big star.
Go ahead.
Brian Cage.
Yeah, I was going to say him.
I mean,
The thing is, I don't think he's a big star.
He's the champ of Impact.
Think about what you just said.
What do you mean? They're at worst.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do I mean?
They're at worst the 4th biggest wrestling company in the country.
Yeah, that's not that they're nothing. Yeah, they're nothing. He's the champ of Impact. Sir, have you lost your mind?
He did wrestle the match like fully concussed, which I thought was kind of amazing.
I think the person they probably honestly, WWE, one thing I give them credit for is they'll sign whoever makes them money.
Mm-hmm.
And I really don't think anyone's off the list. Like the person I would think that they won't resign is Eli Drake.
Yeah, he's probably pretty low on the list.
And like, I think Eli Drake is actually fantastic.
Is he just done though across the board now because he's such a bag?
He might be a huge bag.
Like, will anyone sign him?
I don't know. He might be a giant bag though.
I mean, he must be he has no friends.
That's not what he says.
Well, good for him, I guess.
Yeah, Eli Drake. That's
dummy.
Just a fact. That's a fact of life. Eli Drake is a very, very, very handsome man,
and a very good promo too.
He might be best promo in wrestling. Strong. I think he's an amazing promo though.
I think to me the best promos in wrestling are like, I don't even know anymore. I think The Miz is a great promo.
Oh, also yeah. So when we were talking about who could be that top of the card guy, I actually do think it could be The Miz.
Which is weird because I think he has tapped into something now that's so organic and so realistic as a character, like as far as his character goes, that this could get really over.
The face turn's working.
Yeah, it for sure is.
It's working. Yeah. It's crazy. I never thought I'd see the day.
Well, they decided instead of just having him act exactly the same, which is what they did the first time he had a face turn, except for he fought different guys. Mm-hmm. Now he actually is like, see, I used to be a bad person. I learned from those things. I've changed. And like his actions back that up. Which, believe it or not, fans aren't that dumb that they can't grasp that kind of story.
That's pretty dumb, though.
Yeah, well.
Pretty dumb, though. Is AJ turning heel?
I think so. I actually think there's a small chance that the club did re-sign their contracts.
No. Nope.
And they're going to reunite the club. Because, once again, revert the gimmick.
How about we say beat up John Cena?
Yeah, pretty much. Beat up Seth Rollins.
That could work for a couple months.
For sure.
Seth is better when he's chasing instead of being champion anyway, just like any other face.
I mean, very few faces can be on top. You have to be like a Superman-style face to be on top and stay there.
Seth is not that.
There isn't one of those in the company. I want to hear your good story. You said you had a funny story for the end of the podcast.
I did. I was going to disagree with you. I was thinking Roman might be that person.
No.
I mean, they want him to be that person.
He isn't, though, and that's okay. Like, I'm fine with... Dude, KO is just fat again. What the hell?
You ever had food?
I mean,
You ever had food before?
He's like off the road for like a few months and he gets like in reasonable shape. And then he just comes back on TV and he's just instantly so fat.
Yeah. You ever had food, man? I'm going to tell you about me. I'm going to tell you about me having food right now. You ready?
I'm so fat, but it doesn't, but I'm not on TV.
It's true. So, Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Friday was Stanley from The Office's favorite holiday.
Pretzel day.
It was pretzel day. It was National Pretzel Day.
Uh-huh.
And so on Friday, I was like, I'm going to go get a pretzel.
You go to Auntie Anne's?
But I didn't go on Friday.
Oh, wow.
I went on Saturday.
Oh, you think you're smart, huh?
I woke up because National Pretzel Day, it lasted the entire weekend at Auntie Anne's.
Oh, what do you get?
So I rolled into Auntie Anne's. I looked at the menu before I went for calorie count.
Uh-huh. No, why?
Because I wanted to know.
Okay.
So I try to eat like in between 22 to 2,500 calories a day. And like if I'm really behaving, it's 1,800.
Okay.
The only thing I get at Auntie Anne's is a normal pretzel because I'm sorry, I don't believe the calorie count on the cinnamon sugar pretzel. It's a lie.
Also, I'm just going to tell you now, the original pretzel's better than any of those pretzels.
It's true. It's true. The only other one that I considered getting, because like they got the cinnamon sugar, they got the sweet almond, which no.
Yeah, nobody.
And then they have like a pepperoni and cheese one.
Yeah, I've thought about getting that a couple times when I'm like a little hungrier.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, if I'm getting that, why don't I just go get pizza or something?
Exactly. And then so I ordered the original, and then there's like, you want any like cheese? And I'm like, no,
definitely not.
I don't want any of your sauces. And then I got a lemonade. That's my go-to. Small lemonade.
And boy, is their lemonade good.
The lemonade's pretty good. So small lemonade, regular pretzel. That's about 660 calories.
Okay.
I eat that. I'll say the pretzel was not very good.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Lemonade was good.
Okay.
I went to the mall for that and GNC.
Good combo.
However, we had a slight misstep.
Oh no, Cinnabon.
Yeah.
Oh no.
You know me too well.
Oh no.
The Auntie Anne's is on the second floor, directly above the Cinnabon.
Mm-hmm.
So I went down an elevator and saw the Cinnabon or escalator, and I was just like, "Nah, just keep walking."
Did you still have the Auntie Anne's pretzel like in the bag?
I finished it. I finished it.
Okay.
I finished it already. Come on, I'm not a monster. I'm walking towards the GNC, and I literally just do the full 180.
Oh, the loop-de-loop, like the U-turn.
I do the full U-turn. I just go, fuck it. I just go to the Cinnabon. I'm just like large Cinnabon or like normal Cinnabon and a milk. Cinnabon has 880 calories
per bite. Yeah.
My head is in my hands right now.
How was it though?
It's fine.
Great. I'll be honest. I don't really like Cinnabons that much. This is just my big dumb fat brain is just like, you want this thing, and I'm just like, I really don't want that thing though, and it's just like, all right, I kind of want that thing, and all of a sudden that thing is in my mouth. So I've been having this problem lately since we're sharing, where I'm very tired all the time. Okay. So this has been a problem for me recently too. So I want to drink caffeine. Okay. So I know in my head, in my brain, that drinking anything besides water is a bad idea. But I know that if I wanted caffeine, I should just drink coffee, even though I don't like coffee. Okay. Because coffee is totally fine for you to drink. Yeah. It has really low calories. Even you can even put like a pack of sugar in it, and it's okay. Yeah. But I hate coffee. Coffee's disgusting. So that leaves only one option. Soda. Ugh. Which I both hate and love, because there is not much better in the world than like an ice cold Pepsi. But at the same time, it could not be worse for you. It is the worst calories you could consume. They're horrible for you. Yes. And diet is no better, by the way, for anyone thinking that. Yeah. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you know that, because it's like, just like horrible. Look, I actually think it's better. I personally do think it's better to drink regular. If you're only going to do it on occasion, regular is definitely better, because it's not just chemicals. It's a lot of sugar, but at least it's not just chemicals. Like, you're not just filling your body with God knows what. I don't want to know what's in diet soda. You don't. You really don't. It's basically just cancer is what's in it. It's really, really bad for you. At least like regular soda, it's like, well, it's bad for you, but it's bad for you in the same way that like a chocolate cake is bad for you.
Mm-hmm.
Or a Cinnabon.
Shake your bon, Cinnabon,
Dude,
Cinnabon.
the Miz on Monday was like, have you seen my wife?
That was amazing.
That was an amazing line.
I'm an overachiever. Have you seen my wife?
That was so good.
I was like, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with outkicking your coverage.
And then I Googled Maurice and I just went, whoo.
Yeah, Ms. and Mrs. just came on my TV.
Whoo. Maurice, like 4 years ago or whatever. Whoo. I mean, Maurice is still really hot now.
Yeah. This is amazing, dude. The Miz is like installing a Bud Light fridge for when one of those ones for when the Browns win, and it was going to unlock.
Okay.
He has one of them for some reason at his house.
That's amazing. Good for him.
Yeah, that is great, dude. The Miz is truly what Cleveland is.
He really is. I mean, there's obviously a lot of really attractive women that work for the WWE, but when the Miz said that and I Googled Maurice, I was like, dude, good for you. Cleveland's own.
Like Cleveland's own.
Oh, man.
Like, you ever think that when he was at Normandy High School over here, if you showed him a picture of his future wife, he would have been like, yeah, that's realistic.
Yep, that's totally in my range to get that.
Uh-huh.
And it's just like, my God. Do you believe in miracles?
Yes! Yeah, that's very true. All right, I want to give my YouTube recommendation of the week.
All right, then we'll close her down.
And by recommendation, I mean these are things that I watch that maybe no one should watch, but I still watch them because I get very bored at night when I can't sleep, and I just watch these things until I fall asleep.
Okay.
I also think this particular channel, I personally don't smoke pot, but if you did smoke pot, this seems like a tremendously good channel to watch.
This is a great recommendation. If you did smoke pot,
yeah,
I have a thing for you.
It is called Gels Marble Races.
Is this marble racing through the dirt?
There is some of that, yes.
How do you spell gels?
Jelle. In fact, right now the current thing going on is the Marble Olympics, which you have to see it to believe it. He has a full-blown opening ceremony. There's a video board that has the standings on it. Each marble has a name. They're all on teams. It is truly a work of one man's passion, and I can't recommend it enough.
He has a logo.
There's commentary. Look how many fucking subscribers he has.
Yeah, 422,000.
Yeah. There's all these different events. Like there's underwater races. There's all the teams have different names. Like the orange marbles are called the O Rangers. There's like these Midnight Wisps. I don't know. There's all these named marbles. Each marble on the team has their own name. There are captains.
Okay. I'm watching a sand marble rally right now.
Yes,
because I saw one of these back in 2016.
Yes,
and it was like 3 minutes long, and I just was glued to the screen.
Yeah,
for
the commentary is really good, like legitimately really good. He has like slow motion cameras and stuff that he uses for close finishes and to get different angles and stuff. It's quite the production, and that's my recommendation of the week. If you think that's weird, I'm sorry, but I can't help you. You have to just watch it.
I don't think it's weird. And you know what? Life is about finding your passions and pursuing them, and good for this human being.
Yep, that's exactly how I feel.
Good for this human being. And also, this shit's just kind of cool.
The Miz is currently watching a Browns game on The Miz and Mrs. with Dolph Ziggler and Ryan Cabrera.
The man leads a charmed life, sort of.
What a weird group.
I bet Dolph Ziggler's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, he's either really cool or he's like a mega tool. But
a mega douche, one of the two.
But I think he actually is cool.
Yeah, do you think Dolph Ziggler comes back?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
because I don't think he's good enough at stand up to do it as his real career. He's gonna need to make money,
Yeah, I mean, I'd be shocked if he's a good stand up comedian. I don't know what they'll find a program for him. Some mid card bullshit as usual.
Yeah, I mean, he'll always be able to come back and just be in the IC picture or whatever.
Yeah, that'll always work. All right, that's it for this week. And I think next week's Money in the Bank preview.
No, I think it's another week still.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm Googling it. MITB WWE. When is it?
The lock just came off the cooler. The Miz is fired up.
Yeah, you bet your ass he is.
They're shotgunning Bud Lights.
It's a tough beer to drink. It is May 19th, so it is a couple weeks away.
Yeah, I think it's still 2 more weeks. Yeah.
All right, we out of here. Thanks for listening. Check out Gels Marble. What is it?
Marble races.
Gels Marble Runs on YouTube. Give them a subscribe, and just try not to eat it. Try not to eat a Cinnabon.
Or Steak and Shake.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Never again.
All right, folks. That's it, and that's all. I got to get back to working here in Richmond. What are you looking at?
You're on break.
But I gotta go to the time shifted area and get ready to roll. All right, Patrick.
I'm on it this round. No, you're off.
Well, okay, fine. I can't think of anything for the outro. Is that better?
Trying to get back to work.
Yeah.
I'm always on my grind.
That's right. If you'd like to subscribe, rate, and review the podcast, iTunes is the place to do that. You can also find the podcast on Stitcher, SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify. That's one of them. Podcast app, bunch of other stuff. Hopefully going to be able to record a couple podcasts this coming week, but it's a big travel week. I'll be posting about that on Twitter probably on Monday. But I'm flying back from Richmond on Monday, and then I've got two shows I have to cover this coming week. So busy grind time. Hopefully an episode of Deep Analysis for SCG Richmond will be going up on Monday. We'll see what I can do. Thanks for listening to the podcast. Hopefully you enjoyed Joe and I talking about food and wrestling as we always do. Have a lovely weekend and be excellent to one another. Jewel Vera, take it away.